Hello and welcome to the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim Ali. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In our highlights tonight, Cabinet Secretary for Defense Honorable Aden Duale presides over the Kenya Space Expo and Conference 2024. Chief of Defense Forces completes service headquarters familiarization tours. Commander Kenya Air Force ushers in new officers. General Officer Commanding Eastern Command visit to Operation Amaniboni. Defense College of Health Sciences graduation ceremony. To start us off, Cabinet Secretary for Defense Honorable Aden Duale presided over the opening of the Kenya Space Expo and Conference 2024 in Nairobi. The three-day expo was aimed at creating awareness on the exploration and exploitation of space opportunities for societal benefits and national socio-economic development by showcasing successful cases of innovations.
Space technology and related applications support key productive sectors of our national economies, including communication, the digital economy, agriculture and food security, natural resources, transportation, supply chain, infrastructure, the blue economy, and the energy. They also enable the environmental monitoring and facilitate mitigation of the contemporary threats to human security and public safety.
Speaking during the event, Major General Retired James Arwasa, the Chairman Board of Directors Kenya Space Agency, expressed his gratitude to local, regional and international sponsors and partners for their support since the establishment of the agency, whose primary mandate is nurturing Kenya's space sector. Brigadier Hilary Kipkosgei, Director General Kenya Space Agency, reaffirmed that through the Expo, Kenya Space Agency hopes to simplify the subject and demonstrate its utility and the benefits they can derive from investing in and leveraging on space capabilities.
Through the Expo and conference, we hope to simplify the subject and demonstrate its utility and the benefits we can derive from investing in and leveraging on space capabilities.
The Kenya Space Expo and Conference 2024 is aimed at, among others, facilitate exchange of ideas and sharing expertise, experiences, best practices, and technological advancements in space ecosystem through discussions and networking.
They cut the ribbon. The Chief of the Defense Forces, General Charles Kahariri, toured the Kenya Navy base Mtongwe and Kenya Navy base Manda Bay as part of his continued familiarization tour to the Kenya Defense Forces units and formations. The visit underscored the strategic importance of the Kenya Navy in safeguarding Kenya maritime interest as well as enhancing operational readiness and morale of the Kenya Navy service personnel.
Upon arrival, the Chief of Defense Forces was received by Commander Kenya Navy Major General Paul Otieno and accorded a guard of honor mounted by Kenya Navy personnel. He then laid a wreath at the Kenya Navy headquarters and Kenya Navy Manda Bay monuments to honor the fallen heroes as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by the brave men and women of Kenya Navy in the line of duty. While addressing the Kenya Navy officers and service members, General Kahariri assured them of his continued support in training, equipment modernization and welfare programs.
So my focus, I want to really kuangalia mambo ya soldier-centric issues so that the human being, ambaye ndio the most important resource tuko nayo, kwanza awe yako sawa, such that hata ukiwa na challenge ya equipment, wewe uko sawa, you can apply yourself to better your situation. We shall do both, lakini I want that focus on soldier-centric issues. That's why maneno ya welfare tunataka tuangalie sana. Personal kitting, hiyo ni vitu ambavyo tunataka tuangalie, and enhancing of training institutions. Kwa sababu what makes us strong is our professionalism.
He further implored the achievements of the Kenya Navy, citing successful maritime security operations conducted recently and in the past, emphasizing the critical role they play in national security and regional stability.
Commander Kenya Army, Lieutenant General David Tarus attended the 2024 Eurosatory exhibition at Nordville Pint Exhibition Center in Paris, France. The 5-day event, which kicked off on Monday 17 June 2024, is a global land and air benchmark event for defense and security whose aim is to contribute to inventing the responsible defense and security of the world of tomorrow to tackle all types of crises. The commander's visit provides an opportunity to explore new technologies in warfare that are essential at mitigating contemporary security threats that the army faces.
In addition, the commander paid courtesy calls to the French Army Chief of Staff General Pierre Sille and the Deputy Director of Export Operations Brigadier General Laurent Massia and held discussions in regard to strengthening bilateral defense relations and cooperation. Established in 1967, Eurosatory Exhibition Forum is organized after every 2 years and brings together more than 100,000 professionals working in defense, security, and crisis management disciplines to share global-based practices.
Commander Kenya Air Force Major General Fatma Ahmed officially welcomed new Kenya Air Force officers and inaugurated their induction course at the Talanta Center Moi Air Base here in Nairobi. The newly assigned officers who graduated from basic military training at the Kenya Military Academy comprise of 35 general service officers, 1 special duty officers, and 40 specialist officers. This 2-week course was aimed at equipping the officers with essential knowledge about the Kenya Air Force and the Kenya Defence Forces as a whole, preparing them for mission effectiveness.
While addressing the new officers, Major General Ahmed congratulated and welcomed officers to the KDF family and advised them to maintain high levels of discipline for a successful journey in the military. She further encouraged them to strive to be effective members of service and always remember the oath of allegiance. The induction and junior officers course have been vital for ensuring that the Kenya Air Force personnel remain highly capable and a responsive force ready to meet both current and future operations.
Moving on, General Officer Commanding Eastern Command, Major General Luka Kuto, visited Operation Amaniboni headquarters to assess operational readiness, interact with troops, and gain first-hand insight into the security situation in the coastal region since he took over as commander of the Eastern Command. In his address, Major General Kuto acknowledged the invaluable task the Operation Amaniboni multi-agency team continues to perform in the quest for pacifying Boni Forest and recognized the important contribution each agency adds to the successes experienced so far, urging them not to drop their guard. Mrs. Anne Murimi led the Military Wives Association of Kenya in diaper distribution program for the Kenya Defence Forces dependents with special needs at the Kenya Navy Base Mtongwe and Mariakani Garrison. Mrs. Murimi recognized the challenges and difficulties caregivers undergo to support the special needs dependents and emphasized that awareness and mentorship are valuable contribution to the well-being of the Kenya Defence Forces community.
Speaking during the event, Brigadier Peter Chelimo, Deputy Commander Kenya Navy, commended MWAC for consistently putting their best foot forward in situations concerning KDF families' welfare. He further stated that the program will go a long way towards easing the burden of caregivers. MWAC continues with its focus on raising awareness about special needs dependents and offering mentorship to KDF families, and their efforts extend beyond donations, encompassing campaigns that promote understanding, empathy, and inclusivity.
Earlier this week, the Defence College of Health Sciences, based at the Defence Forces Memorial Hospital, held its inaugural candle lighting and graduation ceremony since the institution was adopted as College of the National Defence University, Kenya in 2021. The graduation ceremony held at Ulinzi Sports Complex, Langata, signified the completion of nursing courses in different 4 cohorts for 48 medical graduates, among them 46 service members drawn from the 3 Kenya Defence Forces Service and 2 from the National Intelligence Service.
The Director Medical Services, Major General Dr. George Nganga, commended the highest standards achieved by the college, expressing confidence that the graduates will provide the best healthcare services to their patients in their future deployments.
Their standards are very high, and I hope wherever you go, you are going to maintain those standards when we continue to take care of our patients.
Speaking during the occasion, the National Defence University Kenya Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic and Students Affairs, Professor Anne Muigai, acknowledged the college for running the program and the tremendous milestones attained.
We are here to really honor this particular day and the hard work that the graduates have put into it and to get here. Indeed, as the National Defence University Kenya, we are really proud to have graduates coming out of the Defence College of Health Sciences.
During the ceremony, the graduates participated in traditional candle lighting and oath-taking ceremonies, which are customary in initiating the qualified nurses into the nursing cadre.
In other news, Defence Headquarters Camp Admin Unit Commandant Brigadier Willie Wesonga officiated the opening ceremony of the Mid-Level Commanders HIV and AIDS Sensitization Seminar here in Nairobi. The two-day seminar brought together commanders from the rank of Warrant Officer Class 1 to Corporal and provided a forum of discourse on commanders' role towards tackling and achieving a HIV and AIDS-free workforce.
Speaking during the event, the Commandant acknowledged that diseases, especially HIV/AIDS, if not properly managed, has adverse effects on the readiness and deployment of KDF personnel in different areas of operations. He further reminded the commanders of their active role in ensuring a healthy, motivated, and mission-ready troops, including keenly implementing and enforcing the current KDF health guidelines and policies. The speakers emphasized the need for middle-level commanders to raise HIV/AIDS awareness, also encouraging voluntary testing and proper management of HIV/AIDS scourge.
The Kenya Defence Forces Medical Team deployed in Guerrilla Forward Operating Base came to aid Kaltuma Hassan Adan to safely deliver after she underwent prolonged labor. Kaltuma Hassan Adan, accompanied by 2 women, arrived at the Guerrilla Forward Operating Base Medical Aid Post in advanced labor for about 8 hours. She was received by the Kenya Defence Forces Medical Team, who went on and successfully assisted her to deliver a healthy baby boy. The mother and the newborn baby were later transferred to Guerrilla Medical Facility for further postnatal care. Kenya Defence Forces troops later visited Kaltuma's family, where they delivered assorted foodstuffs. This comes 3 weeks after a similar incident by the Kenya Defence Forces on patrol came across Mrs. Kuresha Mungai from Guerrilla, Somalia, who was in labor, sought delivery services, prompting the military personnel to take her in before helping her deliver safely. The Deputy Commander, Kenya Navy Base Mtongwe, Colonel Wilberforce Morimi, officiated the completion of water phase for basic Ranger course participants in a ceremony held at Kenya Naval Training College in Mtongwe, Mombasa. The water phase marked the last phase in the professional development of the Rangers, demonstrating their readiness to undertake specialized operations both on land, air and sea. The first 2 stages were desert and mountain phases.
Speaking at the ceremony, Colonel Moremi commended the participants for their commitment and dedication throughout the course. The participants were reminded to live by the Ranger Creed, inspire those around them to maintain a high level of discipline, and ensure operational security wherever they were deployed. The Ranger course draws personnel from all 3 KDF services and is designed to produce highly skilled soldiers capable of handling a variety of complicated and risky operations.
Secretary of Administration in the Ministry of Defence, Mr. Isaac Masinde, earlier this week convened a road safety sensitization campaign with civilian drivers at the Defence Headquarters here in Nairobi to conduct a comprehensive review of past performance and discuss pertinent issues in the ministry's transport sector. Mr. Masinde commended the civilian drivers for their dedication and invaluable contribution to the ministry and further stressed that road safety is crucial as it helps prevent and reduce accidents and urged them to exercise caution while on the road. Brigadier Stephen Sane, the base commander Wajir Air Base, presided over the graduation ceremony for the Senior Leadership Command and Management Course 95-2024 at Laikipia Air Base in Laikipia County. The 11-week training program encompassed a range of subjects including leadership, command management and administration, discipline and survival tactics, skill at arms and tactics, physical training and mental endurance, among others.
In his address to the graduates, the base commander congratulated all the participants and instructors for their commitment and resilience, which enabled them to effectively achieve the required standards of training over time. He further urged the graduates to uphold the course values and to exemplarily put into practice what they have learnt wherever deployed at their level of command. Senior Leadership Command and Management course is aimed at developing soldiers into leaders of character and competence, preparing them for tasks awaiting them at their units and bases.
And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim Ali. Goodbye.